Everybody stand in my path. They say that I can't do it, man. I take it and laugh. The motivation come from the naysayers, and me and you are nothing alike, man. I was made great. I'm just trying to be great. If you don't like it, you can get out my way. And I don't care what you say. Just let me be great. Big dreams.
Trained by me to be submissive and to yield as I am dominant in the lion nose. Today, I will show you my birthright. I will show you that I am still alive.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Big Dream Sports TV. We're live here at the Soul Bowl Cafe. I have to my left Kurt Shears, a.k.a. Mr. Husky.
Husky Lives Matter, baby.
Best believe it.
Yes, sir.
My homie Chaz Bobs, coaching at the Fellowship Lions. And Dante, I can do it all, Hutchison.
What's up, y'all? What's happening?
So, Kurt, introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Good evening, family. It's your man, Big Kurt, CEO and founder of Big Boys Barbecue.
Ooh.
But more importantly, I am the subject matter expert of all things linemen when it comes to football. You understand? Not lying, but linemen. So when we get in this football thing, I'm going to talk all about these linemen and the techniques and things we got to do around here. So they bring the big guys in for the heavyweight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the big guys don't get too much love, man, and we need somebody to show them some
That's
love.
right. Thank you.
Yes.
Amen.
Chaz?
Chaz Bobs, Fellowship Lions, Junior Pee-wees. Shout out to the team.
No, the kids say their name.
Yeah.
Say their name.
Man, there's so many. I can't name 18, 20 kids.
Shout out DJ Corey.
DJ Corey over there eating.
Yeah,
There's a lineman for you.
There it is.
There it
I got
is. Just here to have some fun tonight.
Yes, Dante.
Hey, man. What's up, y'all, man? Dante Hutchins, operations manager at Wild Entertainment. Coached a long time for the Fire Cats, also Cape Junior. So, I mean, I'm just out here to have a good time, go over some of these subjects, and make sure that Kurt don't buckle the chair. That's all we trying not to do.
Folks, you're in for a good show tonight.
So as you can see, we got some comedians in the building, and it's not by accident. You know, these guys are some great guys around the community doing big things, you know, whether it's been in the past or it's now. They've been doing some big things. But right now, we want to give away this free meal because you know we love to give away free food. So the first caller to call in right now to the Soul Bowl Cafe, 239-332-0708. Get that free meal. Call in right now, 239-332-0708. So, fellas, once again, thank you guys for coming on.
Hey, man, appreciate you having me on here, man.
We're going to get into a topic that happened this Saturday, and we're not going to stay on it because of the simple fact is, you know, that's not our world. You know, we come on here to enjoy it, and it's very depressing situation that's happening right now. So we're going to jump right on into it. We had a commentator at North Fort Myers, you know, say some disturbing things for some parents, and then some parents that, you know, didn't take offense to it. And my biggest thing is I'm not here for the parent, either side of the parents. I'm here for the kids. This show is all about the kids because the simple fact that a whole bunch of adults can't come to a common ground to make sure that these kids are enjoying their, you know what I'm saying, activities, outside activities, is a shame. It really is. Do I agree with the comment? Yeah and no. Because, you know, what you say behind closed doors is on you. What you say with your partners is on you. But when you use a stage as a commentator to say something like that, you're going to rub people the wrong way. And what happened is, you know, he rubbed people the wrong way. And my biggest issue is that you have to understand, we as adults, we put our foot in our mouth a lot. And when you say things that rub people the wrong way, are you going to sit up here and keep putting gas on the fire, or are you going to diffuse the situation? Because if it was just about you and your family, that's cool, but it's not. You have a whole organization out there that is taking a hit for just this one simple form, and it's a big problem. So, Kurt, I'm gonna let you speak on it a little bit.
Okay. What a lot of you didn't know is that I was tagged into this post, and my first question is, what was said? It was paraphrased, and I only work on facts. So if you paraphrase something to me, I can't really give you my viewpoint. Exactly. And of course, we have history with North Fort Myers, but it's history. So my biggest question was, why are black women standing up, and where are our black men? And that's the first question. And secondly, why are we taking our kids across the river when we have the Stingrays, the Firecats, the Lions, and Riverdale? Why? So the statement is being made. What are you going to do about it is my first question. The next question is, where were our black men? Why were they not standing up? And why are we taking our kids over? Is that saying something about our teams here on the Fort Myers side?
Well, I mean, I just want to, what we had a conversation about before, you have to look at what's changing in our whole community, where there are a lot of minorities that live over in Cape Coral.
Right.
Or live in the North Fort Myers area.
Point taken.
So, I mean, it's not like everybody's just flooding from the Dunbar community or from Fort Myers just to go to North Fort Myers. And if everybody remembers, at one time, there was only four organizations at one time. So, and North was an organization. I had family members play at North. So, I mean, on your point, it makes good sense that you have enough programs that can facilitate all of the kids that are in this area. Mm-hmm. But a lot of those kids live outside of this area.
Right. Sure.
So it's not that. And then
because and I don't mean to cut you off, but it is district based. So, you know, they have zonings. So the kids that are playing at North Fort Myers either have an address in North Fort Myers or somewhere in their area so they can play there.
True.
Right.
So,
and you're going to get your kids that go over there. I mean, maybe they like the atmosphere better or whatever.
Right.
But just sticking to just to get my point across and kind of my idea of what happened on Saturday, since when Kurt said what he had to say, it's just the idea of he said it. He should have known that it was the wrong thing to say. We're in a competitive environment when you're in a football field. When you, especially even with Pop Warner, you know, Florida, Texas, and California are probably the most competitive youth football states in the country.
Right.
So you know, as a broad factor, you don't say something when you know that you have a predominantly black program coming over. He may have said it before, and it may have been accepted in a way, but now he needs to understand that that is not the correct thing to say, especially with what we have going on in this society at this point.
Exactly.
So, and then now, like Andrew's made a point of, you're hurting the program, and the people that don't believe in what you said or don't believe, why would you even impose that on a whole program where there are people that don't have the same views as you? Because that's not the platform for it. So I really feel like it should have been a public apology from the person that said it.
That's what I agree.
The whole program, you can't say that everybody in that program feels like he does because he said it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, maybe they've heard him and been accustomed to him saying something out the way like that and just brushed it under the rug. But you know, now that there's being defense against it is what's making it more incitable.
Right.
So
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. It's unfortunate what he said. It probably wasn't the right thing to say. He might have thought it was a joke, but not all jokes fly.
Right.
So he could have came out right after and said, I apologize to who I offended.
Right.
But then the Facebook posts started coming in, and they started dividing the whole community.
Exactly.
And I think that's where the problem really started. I think what he said could have been apologized for, and everybody would have moved on. But then it started turning into a race thing.
Right.
And then North Fort Myers this, and then Fort Myers go back across the bridge and don't be over here. And
Right.
it started turning into problems. And I think that's where the bigger problem was than the comment itself.
Right.
It turned into something it should have never turned into.
And
And the kids are hurting.
And that's the biggest point. Right now, you have kids, probably, 70% of the kids out there don't even know what Colin Kaepernick took a knee for. They don't care. They're out there to have a fun time. Right now, let kids be kids. Adults, stop bringing your views in a whole area where you influence and you're a role model, and start upon kids that that will be affected by this, whether it's good or bad. And that's my problem, because I don't want to sit up here and get in a race situation. I'm going to get on the kid situation, because I have kids out there that I train, white, black, mixed, all of them. They are hurting right now because of the simple fact that one person made a comment that shouldn't have been said on a platform where you have an organization, of color, and an organization that's mixed. At that point of time, like, don't use that. Like, I'm gonna be the first one to be a man about it. Like, I say stuff. We play football. We say a lot of stuff.
Right.
But that's our world. Our kids are not around. You feel what I'm saying? We're not influencing our kids to say these things. And I'm not. I don't want to get. It's really hitting home right now, because the comments. This stuff went on for 3 days. Still going on right now.
going on.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the cross the bridge, the crackhead, all this crazy stuff that's being involved. Like, and guess what? Now one of the kids got a Facebook.
Right.
Now one of these kids
It's
don't
no wonder
care.
The kids are arguing about it.
And these kids are wondering why, why my running back's not here today at practice? Why, why did this kid quit? What's going on?
Yep.
And it's all because adults won't get out of our own way. Because I had a quote today told to me, sent to me, and it said the biggest communication problem is we don't listen to understand, we listen to reply. And everybody's so quick to defend themselves and, say who's right, who's wrong, and it escalated the problem. And I'm gonna give this to somebody else. But I had a situation where I was dealing with some kids that I was training, and I talk, and sometimes I use foul language, and I had to use the A word. And the kid went back and told his parents that, I was using profanity and I was cussing. And I'm sitting up here and I'm baffled, because I'm like, what did I say? And then I remember, I was like, get your A up the hill. Come on, guys, let's go. Trying to motivate him. But that's not how his parents raised him. So I had to take a step back and say to myself, okay, so I can defend myself, or I can sit up here and say, okay, this is not this kid's world. And I had to apologize as a man. And I had to understand that, okay, sometimes we say stuff that's out of the, ordinary. And that's not in the realm of where everybody else I train kids. I got some kids I can talk to them any kind of way. They program to listen to what I say, but I have some kids that don't want to hear it. And it's a sad situation, people. We need to find a way to mend this so these kids can go on with their season. Hey, if you feel like, at the end of the season, you're going to go your separate ways, that's cool. Do what you do. But right now, you guys are tearing up a whole organization.
And you can't penalize these children for that.
And it's because of,
Exactly.
and one comment. And the thing is, with that comment, sometimes you don't even got to be, and I hate to say it, but you don't even have to be sincere. just apologize and say that wasn't the right
And,
statement.
and it works out better for everybody, just at least knowing that you recognize what the issue was.
Exactly.
If you're aware of your surroundings and aware of everything that's going on, you're not just affecting, you're thinking of yourself when you do that. You're not thinking of everyone else. There could be a kid that just moved to America and he doesn't understand all this Colin Kaepernick ideal and what's
Foolishness.
going on.
Yes.
And he's gonna wonder why, like you said, Drew, why are we not practicing today? Like, why is my coach, I like my coach, and and why is he not coming back to the field? You are affecting more than just yourself. So, I totally agree with you on that. I think it needs to be somebody, or he
Needs to man up and
and
just
say, I made a bad decision to use something out of context. If it was a joke in his eyes, that's cool. That's
It was
cool.
just not a good joke.
It's not a
Exactly.
time.
A
Whether
lot
the
of
time
people-
for it,
bad timing.
maybe
Right.
some other time it's good, but at this time it was not appropriate.
Right.
And what a lot of parents don't see is these kids all year can't wait till football season.
Exactly.
That's all they talk about. I can't wait to play football. They only get 4 months to do it out the year. You ruin it for 2 other months now.
And now y'all
This
been
is awkward
complaining.
for 'em now.
They've been complaining about Fortnite. Guess what them kids going back to?
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yep.
Right.
Best believe it,
Yep.
because of the simple fact that, us parents can't communicate in a better manner to make sure, this situation doesn't happen again. And, everybody gets their point across,
Right.
and for him to, it's a very serious situation, man. And
It's deep.
I want to ask a question though. So, what do we feel is an appropriate? And we're going to get 4 different opinions, and I know you don't want to stay on this subject too long.
Right.
But what do we feel, is appropriate as what should happen with the person that made the comment, and should the program even feel any resolute from this? Should they even have to deal with any suspensions or anything like that? Because I think it was only one person within the incident,
right.
and I think that one person should be brought to the forefront to say, hey, this is what we're going to do within your. And I know that the programs, obviously, Peace River has probably going to have their work, their say into it. But I mean,
Right.
what do you think?
It starts at leadership. President of the organization needs to step forward, and the executive board right behind that person and address it and leave it. And it needs to happen. It should have happened 2 days ago.
Right.
Yes.
Let's be honest, folks. Right now, everybody is a keyboard warrior, and you're a Facebook champ, and you're the #1 boxer in the world. But until somebody removes their pride
Yeah.
and stand out front and say, hey, although he was on the announcer, I'm ultimately responsible. So it's my responsibility to take care of you. On behalf of the organization, this, and let it go. Apologize, move forward. And now for those on the receiving end, it's up to them to receive it. But right now, leadership needs to step forward and squash this, because if not, this is definitely going to turn into something major.
Right.
I agree 100%
I'm
with you.
with you on that. I mean, hey,
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, I don't know the man personally. I don't know how he is, if he's great with the kids, if this is the first time. But
and that's all a great point, Chad.
Yeah.
Man, it's like if he's, and we don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
I
don't know.
We don't know the
I don't
facts.
know.
We
But
don't know.
If
Like
he's
Kurt said.
if he's great with the kids, I mean, we deal with a lot of coaches in my lifetime where they weren't always the most savory guy.
Yes.
But once it came to be on that field, once it came to helping us communicate, some of those kids, and we looked up to these guys.
Yeah.
Right.
So if he's that type of guy within the community, and if he's not, then hey, they know they got to handle it, like Kurt said.
yeah.
And that's the biggest thing with me, and I talked to one of the people that made the comment, and I told her straight up, like, you should have went to the board first, and you get that addressed, because right now, and I understand, social media is an outlet event.
so
It really is, but let's handle it the proper way. Let's go to the president now. If they don't handle it,
Exactly.
then we address the problem and because right now the North Myers situation is really done, because nobody's going to go out there and respect anybody, because now it's okay, you're white, I don't like you, you know what I'm saying? What is he thinking about me? I got my boy OG back here, he just itching, you know what I'm saying? Come on, you got your mic, man, we can get the. Oh, okay, well, We'll get them. We'll get them.
Does it work?
Yes. Does it work?
No, my big thing is right now when we're talking about going across the bridge, coming back, taking your kids out of the league, all that.
Right.
I feel like that's a big mistake because
Right.
there's one bit that, I don't know how many bad apples are over there. I don't know if it's just one or there's 10 or but I feel like that organization probably has a lot of good people in that organization.
Yeah, right.
Not every organization is going to have 100% good people in it.
Right.
But to take your kids out of the organization is a punishment to them, taken away from their friends, for one. For two, and I'm going to keep my kids in the white organization. I'm going to keep my kids in an all-black organization. That's going backwards to me.
Exactly.
To where we're trying to move forward as people, as a human race, and not separate and not segregate from each other. Doing that is not the answer to me.
Exactly.
Is one thing I wanted to say. Separating each other is the opposite thing. Is what we're striving to do.
Exactly.
In America and especially in this community.
Right.
So to remove your kids away from just I saw comments like, well, I'm going to keep them there, I'm going to keep them there. I just think that's the wrong thing to do.
Right.
The kids don't see color.
Exactly.
These kids don't see that.
And that's I'm lobbying for the kids. I am lobbying for the kids. And I'm going to be honest with you, totally honest. And this is my opinion. People, my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? This is not facts. This is not, something that they need to take heed to. But this is my opinion. And like everybody, I can't agree. They can agree on that they can state their opinion at any time. So my opinion is, okay, so it's 3 days later now, and the guy still hasn't came forth. And actually, I dibbled and dabbled a little bit on the social media posts, and I can't say it, but if the guy that said the comment was the guy that I thought he was, he needs to be out of the organization because he's making matters worse. As a man, we do a lot of things that, wrong. We're not always right. That's just human nature. But if you can't be man enough to see that you're tearing apart children, then you don't need to be out there. Like, they need to get rid of you. And I don't care how many years you've been there, but that should show you, if I'm a seasoned vet, and, I've been out here for a while, I know how to conduct and handle myself when the pressure's on. Right now, the pressure's on. And your whole organization is being affected. Are you as a man going to sit up here and let the whole organization come down? Or are you as a man going to stand up and say, okay, you know what? Either I'm going to take a step back, or, you feel what I'm saying, I'm going to make a public apology. And that's that.
And the other thing with that, what you're saying, man, is most of the people on Facebook that are watching this, that have seen the situation, I can guarantee you at least 80 to 90% of those people, you say, hey, was it an inappropriate statement? Everybody will raise their hand. Right now, you can raise your hand and say, yeah, that was an inappropriate statement. It wasn't about anything else. Forget about the race part of it. Forget about anything that had to do with it. Was it an inappropriate statement? Yes or no? That's as simple as it was. So as, like Drew saying, as a man, if you said it, just fold up and say, man, you know what? I did say that. And it didn't rub everybody well. You can't do that, then Drew hit it on the head, man. You don't need to be around my child.
Yeah, because, that is, and enough on that. We're at the Soul Bowl Cafe, you know what I'm saying, where food is so good, make you want to slap your coach. Oh, no, I ain't gonna do So we're done with that subject. It's over, you feel me? Like, I just hope God, something happens over there and the kids benefit from it. But we got to get into our show because this was not something we were supposed to be talking about, period. I didn't bring my fellow host on the show to be talking about a situation that happened in Pop Warner that none of us was there for, so we're not going to talk about it anymore. It's over, done. So right now we're here at Soul Bowl Cafe, and I have two of the biggest jokesters. Well,
Drew,
three of the biggest jokesters.
Drew,
Yes.
make sure you don't talk about slap your mama no more, because he will rip that shirt. He reach his hand
So-
far back.
So here we go. It's not going to stop. So
He used the word big.
Media
Just
threats.
don't look down at his shoes because his feet ain't touching the floor.
And hold on, Onika McClain. It's not a teaser, sweetheart. We wasn't there, so I can't talk about something that I wasn't there for. And hey, you know, I'm not here to please you guys, because once again, I'm not here to please the parents. I'm here to make sure these kids get, you know what I'm saying, they're due justice, because we all going in, but what are the kids doing? Like, these kids ain't going in. These kids are not Twitter fingers and not going Facebook. So, hey, I'm sorry if you felt like, you know, we need to go in more, but we're not. You know what I'm saying? Because
We came to a resolution. We came
That's
to
it.
an understanding of what should happen.
yes, simple.
That's about it.
I think everybody agrees that it was inappropriate venue. It was an inappropriate thing to say, especially for where they're at. He does owe an apology, or somebody from over there definitely does owe an apology. But to keep going at each other and dividing a community
Exactly.
is not the way to go, because of one irresponsible person that was sitting there with a mic in his hand that thought he could say whatever he wanted at the time. Doesn't make sense for all of us to keep
Right.
dividing between each other.
Let's talk football, man.
And Maya, you say that I said in the comments, I don't know if that's the guy. I don't know who the guy is. Like, I asked you, but these people don't look the same on Facebook. Have y'all seen some of y'all Facebook pictures?
I look
Filters.
good. in all my
You're-
pictures, though.
like, some of y'all look one way and some of y'all look another way. I
Dante
don't
look tall.
know.
He looked taller than 5 foot.
I got a real tall picture on there. Like,
You know, see
use
what I'm
that
saying?
stretch
So
mark.
I'm sorry that, you know, you guys felt like this was a platform we were going to go in on, but I can't go in on something that I don't have concrete facts. If I knew Buddy, I would address Buddy by myself. Point, period,
Drew,
blank.
may I?
Yes.
If y'all want to go into PayPal and let's support this business. No.
Go fund
no.
me.
Go fund me.
Go fund them.
This brother here is doing a great thing, and yet we want to talk about something that was said. Here again, Dunbar, put your money where your mouth is. I'll speak from experience, but that's another show for another time. But right now, we need to support this program, because what he's doing is an asset to our community. What he's doing is a blessing to us. So we need to put up or get off the internet. I'm done. Let's talk football, man.
Yeah, so while he's saying that, the reason why we got the GoFundMe up is because we have a lot of alumni and a lot of college kids that's out of state, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing, making better lives for themselves, and they want to tune into us. Right now, listen, I'm sponsoring the show totally on my own and with the advertisers and things that help me out. But I'm trying to get the community involved so we can be able to, when you're sitting at practice, you can look at your phone and see the game. Or when you're home and you don't want to go in the rain, you can see the game. We got kids like Shannon Reed up there in Tennessee,
That's right.
constantly inboxing me. You know what I'm saying? Coach, when the game, listen, right now, you know, we don't have the equipment. And I'm just trying to build a platform for sports, not politics, for sports. You know what I'm saying? Because that is what this show is about. Kids having big dreams. So now, give us your football background, Kurt.
All right, football background. Dante don't know nothing about this. I was actually a football guard back in the day. I was one of those very universal pre-Jerome Bettis kind of running backs.
a minute.
See,
we can
at
make up stuff up.
Who raised you like
Cape High, I got. They didn't have the internet back then, so I got.
So we
What,
can't
they
look it
have
up.
cameras or take.
So we don't know.
They got the stats from the newspaper.
Take stats.
Listen, y'all.
Imagine.
Hey, I played nose tackle, defensive end. I was a fullback at Cape High. I attended Georgia Military College, and I played outside linebacker. GMC. Always in the top 10 JUCO football programs. And at FAMU, I ain't run. I threw the shot put, and I won the MEAC my senior year, and I played second in the MEAC.
What y'all ain't got no bands?
I mean,
Okay,
when we talk about Dante football experience, he'll tell you how much the water keg weigh, and he gonna tell you how much water you can put in a squeeze bottle. So we gonna do it like that. So
By the ounce.
I am a lineman by trade. I love linemen. In all seriousness, anybody who knows, I just love the front five, the front seven. We call them the Hogs. They get no love, and I just love coaching those boys down in the trenches on how to be the best lineman that they can be.
And Maya, sports and politics do not go hand in hand, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from and what world No, they don't.
Because when I tackle somebody, I ain't gonna tell them who I like, who I'm gonna vote for.
Yes, we're not going to go out. And by the way, you know, by the way, it is voting time, so if you want to get political, go out and vote. But right now, we're going to talk about
They brought the worst group of people up here about politics.
Like, listen, we're
we're not
Hey,
politically correct.
who you running for? What are you running for this time? No, I'm trying to win. That's it.
Exactly.
So, Chaz, give us a little bit about your background.
I played for the Hornets all the way up to 8th grade. Went to Cypress High School.
So you switched out on the Hornets. Now you coaching at the Lions. How
District.
does it feel?
District.
How?
Oh, he
It
gonna
feels
use
great though.
They
Like, it feels great. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel great about it. Nah, I love the Hornets, but I had to do what's best for my son.
That the coach with that hat is Owen. That's my
He's not a
co-host.
coach.
He's not a coach. I know he got a lot of muscles, but he don't coach part one.
You should have saw him try to eat that pork chop today, boy.
And he attacked like a big bass.
That was chicken.
Oh,
That-
chicken.
that
Well,
hey,
you
that
was
was
struggling.
the Smothers chicken from the Soul Bowl.
Oh, great plug. I like that.
Oh, look at it.
Great plug.
I like it.
Good
Like-
plug.
like
Way
it.
to go, Eminem.
Come down.
Hey, they say you look cute now. Hey, listen, this is not the show to be flirting. No, we talking about sports right now.
No, they can donate. They can donate. Donate
yeah.
to the PayPal.
Donate to
Yeah,
Owen.
donate.
Donate
to fund me.
Yeah.
Oh man, we auction them off.
This isn't Maya's war show. This ain't that platform that Maya has.
Yes. And so we got Superman Christopher Reeves, and we have John B. sitting right here in the building.
come
Oh, we
on,
do got
man.
John B.
Yeah.
They
Oh, you still
don't
down?
know.
So Dante, give us a little bit about yours.
Hey man, I mean, I'll actually give y'all a little bit. That a lot
Little
of people
bit.
don't know.
Little bit.
A little bit.
Tad bit.
A short synopsis.
I never played Pop Warner football.
She said,
My mom
He
didn't
wasn't big
want me
enough.
to play Pop Warner football, so that's why I kind of felt like actually I was the bigger kid until about 7th grade, and
Everything-
then
Yeah, the bigger kid.
everything came to a halt. But no, man, I played my first idea of football. I played as a freshman in Marion High School. Played varsity for 4 years. Then after that, just started coaching. As soon as I graduated high school, started coaching at the high school level.
we're not.
And then after that, I just been coaching, back and forth for about 12 years. Everything's been Pop Warner except for the first 3 high school years that I coached. But,
So he's been doing a little coaching.
Played
Little
flag
coach.
football.
Look, playing a lot of flag football also.
Lot of flag.
But football-wise, I learned a lot from my high school coaches that I had before. I had Coach Rose, and everybody knows those Coach Phillips. So I learned a lot, and I feel like I can give back to some of these kids and learning from my mistakes that I've made playing ball. So that's kind of where my philosophy comes off of. So
Okay. So now you guys have been around, Southwest Florida football, Little League. And right now, from Little League to high school, we're having a problem with not bringing home a lot of championships.
yeah.
Tell me, what do we need to change? What's the reason? Well, I'm going to let you go first, Dante.
Because that was kind of a conversation that I've had with a lot of people. My first thing is if we're going to go switching from program to high school, the program has to be the Pop Warner programs. The Little League programs have to be on the same page. First of all, a lot of these programs are just letting kids kind of just filter through coaches instead of doing something that I've always thought was right, because you look over on the East Coast, the Miami kids and the teams that are actually winning national championships, they're actually running programs where they have coaches that are starting with these kids from 6 years old. Think about this. You start from these kids from 6 years old, and then you keep moving up with the same kid, implementing your same philosophy. They ain't got to worry about going with Coach Randy, or then next year we're going with Coach Jones. And no, you're going to stay with your same coach and learn. So once, it makes it easier on the coaching staff. It makes it easier for a lot of these kids that every kid don't have the same compatibility to learn or they don't pick up as fast. But you think of that one kid that's from 6 years old has been with you from to 12 years old, it's going to be so much easier to teach and so much easier for them to learn. So I think that's one of the big curves, one of the big problems we have is that we don't allow the coaches to actually groom
The players.
the players.
Right.
So
And Onika, please, I don't want no smoke with you, sweetheart. I know I see your track record. I don't want no smoke at all. I just don't want to make this show about that situation. Now, Chaz, because she brings a lot of smoke, and I don't want that smoke.
You don't want that
No,
problems. I've known her for a long
'cause I got some skeletons, and I don't need you. No.
Well, growing up, I was lucky enough to win nationals with the Hornets. We won a lot, and we didn't stack teams. I think stacking is a bad idea. You stack it, you get a lot of egos with stacking the team.
Right.
You can't get the ball to 100 kids, and that's the problem. I think everybody's too fast to pull their kid out of the organization because he's not the superstar.
Right.
That's what we're trying to teach over there at the Lions, believe it or not. You get down on the line and block with the lineman if you're a running back.
Right.
You're not better than the rest of them, and I think that's the problem. The parents are trying to bounce him around to make him be the superstar of the organization when it's not even about that. There's no college coaches out there. There's none of that out there. Let the kids go out there and learn football. We learned football. And then we were all friends.
Right.
And I think that's the other problem. You got to be friends because then you're going to work harder for your homeboy standing next to you. If you don't know him, you ain't going to work hard. Yeah.
Bad
If that's
boys
your
for
best
life.
friend, if you getting beat, I'm helping you.
Right.
We're not going to let them beat us up like that. And I think that's one of the main things that I was trying to tell them over there. Just stick together, stay here, and keep building.
Yeah.
Don't bounce over to the Firecats. Oh, I don't like that. Let me go to Riverdale.
Right.
I don't like that. Let me go to North. They're going to keep bouncing around, and the kid's going to be right out of Pop Warner.
Yeah. And if you're watching right now, like, share the show. Go subscribe to Big Dream Sports TV on YouTube. You got a chance to win $500. Kurt?
I disagree with both of them.
Ooh, kill him. Ooh.
Number one, Miami, you have a greater density of people. So that's why they
Hold on,
stay there.
Kurt, I'm sorry for cutting you off, though.
But I didn't cut you off, though.
Okay,
but
come on now. I mean, that's
they got it. No, but you're saying if they're going to win ships, they got to play together. Well, we just named 4 teams right here, and with you have the unrestricted. See, for us, we're different. We have, and no, we're not. The same thing on the East Coast. They have unrestricted leagues and Pop Warner leagues. So those kids that stick together, they all grow up together in the same condensed apartment-ridden neighborhoods. And so when they go to high school, they only have 4 or 5 high school, not 14. They don't have the luxury of jumping from pillar to post. So our school system does not allow for these kids to stay there so we can build these ships. You see? So what you said was true, but we're not in the same demographics. I can guarantee you Southwest Florida will never make it because we just don't have the caliber of athletes that they do on the East Coast.
Kurt, I'm gonna go on
Yeah,
there.
I don't agree with that.
Ooh.
Because here's the problem is, if we don't have the caliber of athletes, I can name 4 of them right now playing as freshmen in high school. I mean, in college right now, that's playing as freshmen and producing.
So
And-
one kid make a team?
Hold on, no, but
One kid make a team.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you build around that player, listen, Miami may have more kids, but the one kids that's winning, they stand together through that whole period of time, which we can do here. It's not saying that we can't do. You're basically saying because they got 7 million people over there more than we do that they gonna beat our ass. I mean, beat our butts all over.
Whoa,
I'm sorry,
you
y'all.
like what? All out.
But we can't.
And
We can't think like that.
And
that's not possible.
In the late
That's
80s,
not-
early 90s, we had half the people we have now, and we won it.
And we won
we
national
took it over there and beat
I disagree
Miami,
with you on
Tampa.
that.
We beat them nonstop.
Okay, so we beat them nonstop. How many ships do you have? Since we always talk about rings, we talk about Miami.
The
and Florida
Hornets
State.
got a lot.
Hold on. Before you got to remember, in 1991,
Fort Myers Rebels national champions.
Cypress Hornets national champions.
Right here.
He's a national
You
gotta-
the only one with national
Yeah,
You gotta remember,
it's been
though.
done.
Now with the circulation of money and cash, you got to remember back in the 80s, a lot of teams. You could talk to James Chaney, any of those teams. Those teams went undefeated.
Yeah.
They just didn't fundraise and have the money to go to the national championship that was in California. That's on Nickelodeon. That's why they weren't national champions.
It's 2018.
I understand that, but you're saying,
I honestly don't care about the past. Let's talk about now, though.
But right now,
because we can go back.
We have the talent. We have more.
I'm not saying we don't. I'm just saying what you
said that.
No, what I'm saying is it's condensed. You say 4 kids who are freshmen playing in college. 4 kids don't make a squad. It's
Hold on.
22 kids that need to build on that field.
You know how many kids are going to really make it to the next level in college? You know the percentages aren't the same. I'm just saying, if you put all that together, in high school. We do have a lot of high school.
And a lot of times when the
So-
Fort Myers kids go off somewhere, they're the star.
Exactly.
They're the star at that college.
And those kids.
It's one
There-
kid, guys.
No, there's
We're
a
talking
lie. There's
championship.
lies.
Kids
No,
played on
but
the-
listen,
these
I
kids played on
support
the
these
same
boys
Pop
and these
Warner
girls
team.
that go off, bro.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
Listen,
of kids.
but hear me
going off
out.
the- yeah.
But hear me out now. I support these young stud athletes, but they're not on the same teams.
Yes.
Yeah, they
and
are.
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah,
what
you're
Kurt
right.
is saying that our talent is so spread out that,
I agree with that.
we're not being able, because if you go into Miami area, you have Liberty City, all those kids are predominantly going to Northwestern.
Yep.
So, these kids, like you said, are being groomed. They're going to a feeder, they're in a feeder program.
That's it.
And they're going together.
But-
And that talent in Liberty City is staying in Liberty City. You have a couple kids that go out here and there, but you got kids that stay in Sable Palm going to North Fort Myers, and then you got kids right across the street going to Cypress Lake. You know what I'm saying? High school.
But the reason why is that's how they're taught growing up. I don't like this organization. I'm gonna go over there.
Right.
That's what it boils down to. If they were taught stick with these boys and ride with them all the way through, you got
Right.
choice. You could go where you want, pretty much, right?
Yeah, but that's
In high school?
Well, no, they say it's like that, but you run into the problem with the waiting list.
Gotcha.
And then, a lot of kids can't get in. And then you want running the problem with, because right now, if you look at the schools that are doing, better in football are the schools with the programs, like the big programs. Fort Myers has, all the great programs over there. Lehigh has all the great programs over there. North has all the great programs. Dunbar. Now, the other schools, they don't have the programs where, you can get in easy. Even Cypress Lake has the theater program. And kids are not going there for sports. They're going there for theater. So now you have a school that's 6A, and you only got 23 players on the team.
Right. True.
Because of, the school is not based off of, sports. It's based off of, the academics, which it should be, but at the same time, you don't see, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Here go-
Big Boy Barbecue. See that? Yes.
This is where I'm really going to sit at right now.
Right.
I'm going to sit at the point where I totally disagree with you, and we can agree to disagree. But what we got to understand is I've dealt with it. I think a number of teams, a lot of coaches have dealt with this. I had a team. Me, James Chaney had a team. The Pee Wees. We had Seneca Millage. We had Austin. Austin Bird's son.
Austin Smith.
Austin Smith. We had Size Young. I'm just naming names. We had Quashawn Fuller.
Bud Chaney.
We had Bud Chaney. We had Jaquez Boston. I can go to BJ.
Yeah.
I can just go down. All those kids that I'm naming right now were studs at their high schools.
Right.
And are studs now at their high schools and are highly rated kids. And if they're not, they should be.
Yeah.
We only had them for 1 year. We went over it and we had all that talent, and it takes more than 1 year. Like where everybody going with Willie Taggart. Let's talk about Willie real quick. Everybody get
Come on, man. Hey, hold. We're going to go to our sponsor break because this dude is not going to get on Florida State like this. So, cameraman, if
Hey,
you
you
can
can't
get
get
on
mad
to
at
it,
Willie,
we're
man.
going to go to a small commercial break, and then we're going to come back with our sponsors. So, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Please stay tuned, like, share the show, and go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yes.
They have call.
And I forgot all about the free meal. Call in 239-332-0708. Please, 239-332-0708. Free meal, commercial time.
Trained by me to be submissive and to yield as I am dominant in the lion nose.
So we're back at Big Dream Sports TV, Soul Bowl Cafe, and I had to interrupt my guy because he was about to really get intense because, I'm not a Florida State fan this year. I'm an App State fan. So for all you people to know, just make sure, and I'm a Georgia, don't. Not right now. We're not going there. So, I'm going to let him get his little piece. His
little piece.
Yes. So, all right. So now we all have college teams.
Yeah.
We do. So as you can see, my boy Kurt, he has his FAMU Rattler. Believe it. And Chad.
And I represent the U too.
There you go.
Just so you understand.
Hold up. Whoa, what made you like this?
I'm just saying.
That's
Look,
what it
they got the
is.
same colors. That's how simple they is.
Smart
Wow.
move.
Owen, put your hand down.
All
So,
about the youth.
Wow.
Outnumber.
I ain't never been around this many losers in my life. Oh,
Well, you've been
You
a
never
Florida
been to a
Gator, so you've
Gator
been a
game?
loser all your life.
saying.
You never been to the Gator game?
wow.
Twinkie.
Twinkie.
Twinkie won the meal. Hey, listen. I appreciate you, Twinkie, for calling in. We're
wasn't
going
even
to leave it
gonna
at
say
that. We're just going to leave it at that. Thank you.
Twinkie.
Come get that meal, Twanky.
Yeah, please.
We got them oatmeal pies.
All right. They got some potato pie.
We got sweet potato pies, Twinkie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, one of the biggest things that I ask all the people around here that comes on the show, the coaches corner, is how can we get better with the situations that we have in this community right now with Lee County. How can we get better as programs?
I guess I'll start that off with I think all programs need to just get on the same page. What's happening is that I think each program individually is ran so much different than the other one that it turns into it turns into more of a competition of just the upper the higher ups and everybody that's in the presidencies, and they are the ones that are battling against each other when the whole point of this whole show is about the kids and what we can do. If everybody get on the same page and not try to, what I mean by that is not try to undercut everybody. I think it comes down to just the simpleness of if this team we can work together in a sense where this team has a good team, hey, let's make sure that we support them regardless of what program they're at.
Right.
And that goes back into, the teams on the East Coast, not just Miami, but teams all the way up the East Coast. When you go to the national championship, you're going to see Richmond hollering 305. You're going to see when Liberty City playing, you're going to hear 305. Florida City talking about Liberty City. So we don't have that here, and I think that's a big part of it. I mean, obviously, other things that I've talked about with Philip Buchanan and everybody else, I've talked about basically, getting the coaches better, letting all the coaches kind of understand that they're bringing some coaches clinics here, because the basis of actually teaching the kid, it's a psychology thing, man. And so all the X's and O's, you can run all day with the X's and O's, bro. You know what I mean? But once you can get the kids on the same page and all the coaches on the same page, it'll work.
Right.
So,
I think the best show you could have is to have those presidents sitting around this table.
yeah.
I'm supporting exactly what Dante's saying.
Last week.
Until the
We had a
presidents, I said all of them.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to sit at the table, and honestly, it needs to be a closed door come to Jesus. That's the only way it's going to work, because like Dante said, you have those who feel that they have something and those who are struggling to get to that level. And there's a big disproportionate amount of respect that these teams are getting from the city and the county.
Right.
And I can speak on experience. But in order for us to get there, these adults need to get rid of that pride
Yeah.
and sit down at a table and say, how do we make our kids
Right.
better?
Exactly.
Egos.
Say it
Our
mouthful.
kids.
Egos.
Say it mouth-
Egos. I agree with whatever they just said. It's all true. And I think everybody always says 239 against the world, 239. But I just seen Tim post that the 6U was #1 in the state.
Yes.
And all I seen was negative comments under it. Y'all are trash. Y'all ain't for real.
Yeah.
Come on, man. These are 6-year-old kids. You should be proud. They're number 1 in the state.
Yeah, and they're representing the 239
Yeah,
no
that's
matter
Fort
what
Myers, no matter
organization
what.
it is.
Yeah, like I want to see the Fire. We were just saying on break. I think the Firecat Pee-wees could produce something major.
Yeah.
I'm from the Lions. That's our enemy, basically.
Yes.
But I want to see them go and do something special.
They
They're
got the
bringing
team
it back
to do
to
it.
Fort Myers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got
Yes,
the team to do
and,
it.
and it's one of those situations where, it could come around. Let's support each other inside of this community and let's ride deep because I took some kids up to Orlando for a flag football tournament. And it was very saddening to me that, we put together a group of kids and we took them up there and they barely had support. Orlando, deep, even though it's in their backyard. Miami, deep. Tampa, deep. We don't support each other, and maybe it's because we don't market enough to tell people, come on, let's support each other, or we want to keep things a secret. I don't know what it is, but 239 has to come together better because right now we're being outcoached. We're not being outplayed because our kids have the talent. As you can see, they perform on the big stages day in, day out. But we have to go back to the presidents, holding them accountable. Then after that, the coaches don't come out here for my son, Lil Juke Juke. So Lil Juke Juke gonna get all the balls.
Yeah. That sounds like that name.
Yeah.
Too, like Juke Will.
Yeah, because Juke Juke gonna get up out of there.
Yeah, with
So, we got to make sure that, Lil Flip Flop is getting some play too. Because Lil
Flip-flop really
Flip
ain't
Flop
that
might
good.
make that big block at the end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Flip Flop, going to be on the sideline cheering them on. But if Juke Juke, Daddy is all about Juke Juke, Lil Flip Flop going to feel that. They're going to be like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I want to go play, just like Chad's son is right now, playing video games over in the corner. He done ate his wings and all that.
Yeah,
Can you put the
He
camera
don't
on
even
this
know
kid?
he don't even know what's going
Oh,
on.
you know that's
He's-
crazy,
but that's
man.
how focused
He's so
he is.
far zoned out. He don't
Yes.
know what's going
Go
on.
ahead and turn the camera on him, please. He is gone
doesn't
right now.
know.
We're having a whole full-blown conversation about it.
and he is
And
watching
he is-
whatever.
And he's
Yeah.
watching animal videos.
Oh, it look like a little Al Bundy with a video game.
And if you
Yeah,
see,
oh, yeah,
and if you
oh,
see
no,
that plate
don't.
directly in front of him, that's the one that Owen was beating up on. That's-
Wow.
He would like
Now I can. Now this is a great point by my friend. Now we're friends. She said, a lot of coaches try to live their life through their kids,
Yep.
and they don't let their kids develop because they feel like their kid's a quarterback, and he really need to play receiver. And here is my stepping through the door. So
Well, I'll tell you this much. We got on our team, all of our coaches, except for 2, have a kid on there.
right,
But we don't coach our own kids.
right.
It took probably 4 days for the other coaches to realize Corey was my son until they see him getting in the car with me because I don't have nothing to do with him. You coach him. You learn from somebody else. I'll help you along the way, but you got to learn from different people.
That's the best
And-
thing, yeah.
Yeah, you can't hover over your kid. And your only strong is your weakest link.
Larry Cheeseburger said, your dog, he said, parents need to encourage their kids to block instead of score a touchdown.
Exactly.
Which is a big thing because the touchdowns will come. You play, you ball out long enough, they'll come.
Especially if you block.
Yeah.
I agree with Chaz on what he said about me and James. We were the same way. Our kids played on the team together, and James handed Bud to me. Taylor was with him. We never interfered on anything that was ever had to do with our kids. And you get some coaches that start coaching that first year with their son. They coaching for a different reason.
Yeah.
Right.
And you'll figure that guy out. So
But guys, why are we not holding leadership accountable? I
Exactly.
go back to
Let's-
leadership.
yeah.
You got the president and the athletic director. As soon as you see that, you break that up right then. Right then. But how many times have we gone out to this? Man, look here. His son, the quarterback, he can't throw back past his nose. He gonna be in there all game.
and you can't
Athletic
do that.
director.
Right.
He's standing there. Why didn't y'all stop this in the beginning of the season? So while we sitting here telling the parents what to do, then we need to hold these organizations accountable. If
Right.
your coach is trash, they're trash. Let's be honest. Let's get rid of them and say, but that starts before the season. You will not do X, Y, and Z. You will play the best person. If you don't like it, get out of my organization.
I think it's the lack of volunteers, though. Because you don't have a lot of guys trying to coach. Most teams maybe have 4 coaches that'll
Because
step
leadership.
up. Yeah.
But if you have, I'm going to tell you from experience, and Dante knows this for a fact, if you have strong leadership at the top, nobody
falls in
worries
place.
about working.
Right.
Exactly.
You'll get the coaches.
Yep. You're right.
You'll get the coaches. If you know that your president, the VP, the AD, going to protect you and take care of you, oh, man, I want to go coach for them.
Right.
Okay, we got Johnny Church just tuned in. You know, big ups. He said the biggest issue statewide are people are minimizing the importance of every position
Yes.
and teamwork.
Right.
And that's,
I agree.
you know, because once again, we're still the only public school to make it to the state championship game. And we had,
Come on,
yes,
man.
we
It's
are.
on Bishop Monroe.
This,
Public. Oh.
Come on, see what I'm saying?
Oh.
That's a little thing.
Y'all still need to win
see how you
championships.
slid
Still
that
ain't
in there,
win.
though.
Yeah.
See how you did that?
But
Every time.
we had, no, I hate to bring it up, but we had 28 players, and that is unheard of in 5A.
We hate to hear it.
So, you know, it's one of those situations that, you know, we played as a team and we made it there. And we not, you know, the teamwork is unheard of right now because you got kids that are big. Yeah, they might be able to run the ball like you was fantasizing about when you was at Cape. But, you know.
He said that fullback thing. That threw me off there. Fullback.
I got a question.
Nate
Did you
Trump,
stack the team at a stereo to get to the state?
No, we couldn't.
But you didn't, right?
We couldn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They only
You
took,
don't have to
they
stack
only
it to
took-
get there.
They only took the Michigan Housing Authority out there.
That's
Them was
stacking
only-
right there.
That's stacking.
Like,
That is
if you
stacked.
ever played on the Michigan basketball hoop, y'all know the goal was 12-5. It was the tallest goal you ever played. They had to be able
It's
to
just
jump
'cause he's so
abnormal.
low.
man.
He's that tall.
And it'll still be standing to
Dante
this
looked
day.
like it was
If they
20.
didn't- If they didn't take it up, it'll still be standing to this day.
It only looked 12-5 to Dante.
Yeah.
See, there we go. Now we got
They played. They
Magic
played.
Mike. Let's go ahead and
Hey, so
he got free.
we're going to give out our last free meal of the night. 239-332-0708. Call in, get that last free meal because Twinkie got his. 239
Is it Twinkie?
332-0708. If he call, hey, listen.
Oh, you said
They
here.
call in
You
again.
said Twinkie.
Get that. But I want to thank you guys for coming on the show.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I
Make
had
sure
a
you
great
like,
time.
subscribe to the Big Dreams YouTube
And
channel.
donate.
Yes, because we have a GoFundMe so we can spread, you know, the footage for the Little League. Because people be jumping in my inbox
That's what
acting
it's
like
all
I got
about.
thousands of dollars. I don't. I'm doing this, you know, I still have a family I have to take care of, and I still have my own bills. So I'm just doing this out of love. So
Pay your bills. My bad.
who pay your bills? I need to get on that
Well,
plan.
you got to look at the
With
shirt he
the-
wearing. He really don't buy a lot. I mean, that shirt he had at Cape Coral High School. Little, smallest
Hey,
buttons, mad and straining and everything.
so I can't.
Worst little buttons.
I can't. And listen, we have our own barbecue sauce here. Lee County finest. Lee County finest.
Said,
What, niggas? What? Free meal, you're welcome.
no, the last one. She said, you better not use my. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to. See, that's why I don't even want to. Listen. Power to the people. I'm not messing with you today.
She said, you better not use my donation for a bow tie.
Oh,
She is, bro. She.
I
Listen,
got you. You know I got plenty of bow ties.
I
It fit
got,
around my neck.
How
It
they
fit
do
around my
that?
neck. Yeah. Yeah.
wow.
Here, you can wear this one for around
you
your
have
neck.
a neck?
You can run this one around your neck. You can wear my wristband around your neck.
Hey, Chaz.
Come
One
on,
thing
man.
I do want to ask you real quick.
I don't wanna hear it.
Is how do you get this tan, man? You don't go outside and then you paint all day.
All day.
Why you get a tan, man?
I put in
You
work.
doing that spray tan
Yeah.
stuff, ain't
Zoom 10.
you? Zoom tan.
Ooh, kill 'em. Shout out to, give your shout outs.
Shout out to Big Boys Barbecue. I'm just saying. Listen.
Check it
I need
and
gas
respect it.
money. Plenty of it. We got all these sauces. I ran a special last week. Right now, y'all paying full price so I can get my donation. Big Dream TV.
Thank you.
And listen, CTV1, my man Jesse is always on the scene. I always shout him out whenever I get a chance. And his team, y'all doing a great job. Appreciate it, brother.
And for all you people that want to be political, CTV is looking for somebody with your political point of views, so you guys can get your own show and do your political talk. Chaz,
Junior Pee Wee Lions, if you got some time, we'll be up at Port Charlotte. I'm not sure the game time yet because they switch them every week.
Right.
But it's the game of the week. It's the number 2 team. We're going to try to take them out. DJ, I told you I shot you out. If you're listening still, let's go get them.
right?
Hey, man, I just
That
want
was
to give a
real
big
point.
shout out Wild Entertainment, man.
Trying to do something.
Eddie Bethune-Cookman college alumni,
Black and
Bethune-Cookman
Wildcats.
University alumni. Hey man, if you ain't got nothing to do, you want to come up to homecoming. We got the biggest event going at homecoming. October
Y'all still
6th.
renting that stadium
All
in-
right.
in
Hey,
Daytona?
listen, man, come check us out, Wild Entertainment. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Pee Wees coach, the Firecats Pee Wees, man. Want to give a shout out to them. We were just talking about them. Coach Kelby, Coach Cheese, all y'all boys. I think y'all got a shot. So y'all go and pay. Hey, they're the number one team in this area, man. So I hope everybody go check out some more high school football. Like I said, go get that GoFundMe going, so we can go and watch some of them games. I enjoyed that game, man. I ain't gonna lie.
That was good. Yeah.
I enjoyed watching
Yeah.
that game at home. I was actually at work and I couldn't get there. Now I like that. Man.
Let's be honest though. People need to know what kind of numbers we need to produce, man. What kind of numbers does it take to
Why
put
we got
on
a couple of minutes.
Right now, I have 2,500. You know, right now, shout out to Philip, first donor. You know, for the $50. But we're trying to get more equipment to help. You know, do more footage because my producer does have a full-time job, and you know he can't make a lot of things. So I want to help him. You know, and get some more area footage of what's going
25
on.
is too low. Go to 10.
Yeah,
$10,000.
Listen, there is
I'm
no
just
reason.
saying,
No,
yeah.
I'm serious, man. If you set it low, you'll never get there.
10,000.
Why are we waiting? Listen, I'll be the first one to tell you. Here's what I'll do, and I'm saying this on the camera. For the next 2 cases, the next 48 bottles of product that I sell, I'm gonna donate 100% of that money, 100% to this program.
There you go.
The next 48 bottles. The next 48 bottles, whatever the orders are, it's 48 bottles. I'm giving it up, including my own personal donation. So, brother, I'm all in. You know, I'm supporting the cause.
So he just let you know what I'm saying. So now you are getting on top of the film footage. You're actually getting the barbecue
saucy
sauce
with it.
and
Yeah.
rubs.
Yeah.
So you know,
I like that.
shout out to Big Boy Barbecue.
Yeah,
man.
And we're gonna do it. I support the neighborhood. So again, thank y'all, man. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah,
and,
thanks for having me.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? And Dante's little seat.
Hey, listen, have y'all noticed? I want to ask y'all one question. Y'all noticed when Kurt looked down, his left eye kind of cock up?
Hey, cut. Listen, thank
I'm
y'all.
just saying.
Bobo Cafe. Listen, food so good, make you want to slap your
mama.
coach.
Oh, well, why man? I'm
Ike
stepping
and Tina. ain't-
Peace. We out. Big Green.
All right, y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Peace.
Dreams of being a star. What seeds out of my grasp is now within my reach. Now my foot is now on the gas. I'm passing the competition. Way ahead of my class. You throw it off in the air, but I'm taking it off the glass. Clash with anybody standing my path. They say that I can't do it, man. I take it and laugh. The motivation come from the naysayers, and me and you are nothing alike. Man, I was made great. I'm just trying to be great. If you don't like it, you can get out my way. And I don't care what you say. Just let me be great.